Hi everybody, it's another Mythic Monday. So today we're going to be continuing our Poxxus journey with the Ogre Scale Azahazzar. If Saturday morning cartoons fueled your imagination as a kid and powers your action figure collecting now as an adult, then you're in the right place. Thanks for stopping by and welcome to Saturday Morning Toy Collector. And if you like my content, please consider subscribing. Alright, taking a closer look at the package here, we have Azahazzar in the box. We have his Poxxus faction symbol there on the side. Here we have a write-up bio of the guy. If you want to pause that and give it a look, you can. Here we have the cross sale. We have the 2 brute scale and the other ogre scale figure in the wave. A little current status of Mythoss right there. So let's get him opened up and see what this big guy comes with. Starting off with his accessories, he does come with 2 gesturing gripping hands here with horizontal hinges. I love that nice light green spray on the inside. I think that looks absolutely beautiful. Really, really gorgeous. And I love the sculpt on those hands. Then we have 2 magic effects here that go on his wrists. They are both different. They are not the same. And they do open up, so you don't have to take the hand off to put them on, or he can hold them in his hand, and that's really nice. They're this translucent green plastic. Looks really nice. He does come with 3 pieces of his magic staff. Here's the top. You can see that it has some like bug-like arms around it, or some bug legs. This is because he is a warrior of Poxxus, and he does come with the yellow and the blue globes to represent Azar and Hazar, his other demon parts. He does come with 2 of the ogre scale staff weapons that we've all come to know and love. And when all pieced together in all 3 pieces here, this thing is huge. It stands taller than the figure itself, and he's already a big guy. Or you can separate this here and take the bottom part off, and then just leave it as a scepter, you know, like a staff, like a shorter staff. You can do that as well. I think that looks really, really cool. Here we have Azahazzar standing straight up and down, just right out of the package. No, you know, crazy poses or anything. Just straight up and down and taking a look at the figure. This guy is gorgeous. This is one of the most beautiful sculpted and painted figures I have ever seen from the 4 Horsemen. If I didn't know anything about Mythos or Mythic Legions, and you told me that this was the big bad guy of all bad guys, the ruler of all evil, you know, Sauron, Megatron, Darth Vader, if this was the big bad guy of the group, I'd believe you. That's how menacing and scary this guy actually is. But to find out that he's just a general of the army of Poxxus is crazy. Let's take a closer look at that head sculpt. It just looks so beautiful. It is exquisite. Probably one of my favorite head sculpts in all of Mythic Legions. Let's pop this off so we can get this a little bit closer here. Just looking at the detail, you can see all of the cracks. Like this guy, his skin is cracking. These horns are all movable, and the horns are removable as well. Like you can take them off if you want. They plug in just like any other horns do on any other Mythic Legions figures. It's just a little round peg, pops right in, no problem. But you can curl them around and spin them and get them in different sort of configurations, have them kind of curling around one another, which I think is really, really neat. I love the green cracks and paint that are painted on top of the figure, but I also love the cracks that are sculpted into the head of this character as well. Such a beautiful, beautiful head sculpt. Taking a closer look at the body without the head on. Now he does come with these, not really shoulder pauldrons, but these shoulder effect pieces, like these armor pieces that kind of plug in his back. And just taking a closer look at that. Let's pop the head on so we can see what this body looks like without the armor on, and it still looks just as menacing. The cracking, the green paint is just gorgeous. And let's get these back on. They do go on very easily, very simply. They just plug right in, no problem. And yeah, I love the detail on here. You can see there's this beautiful like light purple line that goes around all of the work here. It's on the inside. It's textured. You've got this like scripture or kind of spell scroll work carved into the armor. This beautiful Poxxus belt piece here, which is incredible. It's almost the actual size of Poxxus's head. It's insane with like the little bug wings and the beard and everything. The eyes in there just looking exquisite. I love this the folds here on the leg armor. You know, nice little soft goods with wires in them, looking really nice. I love the paintwork on the legs. It's got like speckledy paintwork, and the sculpt and the paintwork on the hooves, even underneath on the bottom of the hooves. This looks incredible. This is just a gorgeous character. And I think he is just absolutely incredible. He's a masterpiece. This is one of the most beautiful figures Four Horsemen have ever produced. He's absolutely gorgeous. Now, I did want to show off, if we take some of the lights out here, that the paintwork on this guy is reactive to black light. So the horns, all of the green, his eyes, the eyes on the Poxxus belt piece are like super reactive. They glow. The hooves, like this black light paint just really makes this guy menacing on your shelf. And you know, you hit it with a black light and it just brings it alive. It almost looks like it's lit from the inside, which is insane. The quality of that paint, absolutely beautiful. It's remarkable what they've achieved with this guy. I've never seen something react so well with the black light before. Now these like wraps on his forearms are removable. They are a separate piece, so you can pull those off if you want. So they do have bare forearms underneath, and that's really cool. And then you can do one of two things with these flame effects or these spell casting effects. As you can see, they do open up, so you don't have to take the hands off to do so, but you could if you wanted. You can just slide them right on. Like so, and then let's take the hand here and plug that in, and you can see how the flame effects kind of like ripple and curl up off of his hands, like his hands are igniting some sort of spells. The other thing you can do is when you put in the other hands, the gesturing hands, you can have him hold these in his hands like he's casting a spell, like the spell is emitting from his hands as well. But I think that looks really, really nice and just looks absolutely beautiful. Man, that's really cool. This is just, I just can't say enough really good things about this figure. It's so beautiful. Now, if you don't know the story, when he was summoned to the world, he was split into two. So we have Azar and Hazar here. He was split into his yellow and blue forms, which is how we have these two demons here. But when they went out searching for Poxxus's bow to revive Poxxus and bring him back into the world of Mythos, Poxxus granted their wish to be combined back again into their Azahazzar form. And so, you know, that's a really cool, neat little story there. I'm glad that they added that to the lore of this character. All right, so let's go over his articulation here. This head can look up about that far, and then he can look down that far. And then he's got a lot of range of motion here because that big ball joint. He can rotate, rock, back and forth, bobble. The arms are on nice ratchet joints. They go all the way out and hit that T-pose, no problem. They can spin all the way around if you need them to do so. Let's see here. We do have a hinge and swivel here at the elbow. Not quite 90 because of all that musculature. It's not going to quite get 90, but it does rotate there at the elbow as well. We do have a hinge and swivel at the wrist. We have this nice ball joint here at the waist, so he can, you know, tilt down that far and lean back that far, and you've got nice range of motion all over the place. Rotate, bobble, spin all the way around there. The legs are always nicely articulated. You can see the joint that they're using here. It's really nice. So the leg can go forward that far and can go out to the side that far, which is really nice. It can't go back hardly at all because of his little demon butt right there getting in the way. Then we do have the upper thigh swivel here, no problem. That moves nicely. We do have a swivel at the top of the knee, and the knee does not quite, you know, it's about 45 degrees is all you're going to get there. And then we do have a nice rotation, hinge, and rocker down at the foot for all of the foot articulation you can need. They do have holes on the bottom for peg stands. If you put your Mythic Legions up on pegs, you can do that. And now let's do some poses. This guy is incredible. I absolutely love the way this guy looks. He's beautiful. He's well sculpted. Comes with a lot of stuff for a ogre scale figure. I like that you've got options with the flame effects on his wrist. And honestly, like I said before, if you told me that this was the big bad guy of all bad guys, the big evil warlord that was controlling all of the enemies of Mythos, I would believe you, because this guy looks that good. That's the amount of care and passion that they put into this figure, and he's just like one named general of some armies of Poxxus, and that's just incredible. I think he this guy could really be up there for figure of the year in my list. Certainly, I could see this guy up in that category. For sure, because he's that good. He just looks great. I love everything he comes with, and the fact that he's blacklight reactive is also amazing. This guy just looks great, and his lore, his backstory with splitting into two and then coming back together is also fantastic. So thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching. I super appreciate it. Please continue to check us out over at Instagram at Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I am your Saturday Morning Toy Collector. I'm your host, Mark, and I will see you in the toy aisles.